If you are also doing nothing at night, then don't miss this rainy road to decompression. Still the old rules: put your left foot on your right foot. Then adjust to a comfortable sleeping position. Listen quietly to today's sleep aid story. On a rainy weekend, the entry of a jeep broke through the traces of the jungle. Details of this morning's camping. I drove straight to the mountains and old forests to find my way to camp. Although I didn't check the weather forecast before going out, but thanks to the incredible camping equipment. Therefore, it is easy to cope with even heavy rain. He's already dressed when he talks. Not too much responsibility. Creek Lightspeed opens the trunk of the jeep. Move out the cell phone bag with the tent. Don't look at Xiaowo as a thin person. The last paragraph is a good hand. In order to cope with the muddy and wet position, he first arranged a square waterproof, so the tent can be pitched on top. It seems that even if it is only for temporary housing reasons, Creek forage construction session, still very rigorous. It was raining, and the tent was heavy. Unintentionally increased the difficulty of building a lodge. Fortunately, the Creek is proud of camping outside all year round, knowing that the strength is not enough and the equipment is strict. Kung fu of speaking, he has unfolded the inflatable tent. Then used the air pump matched by you. Start inflating. Have to admit, really powerful. You can walk horizontally anywhere. The ancients look down on me. Within minutes, the inflatable tent was already branched out. And then the stream uses a family claw hammer. Nail the four corners of the tent firmly in place, so that even in the event of a severe storm, it also keeps the tent as stable as an old dog and doesn't get scratched. Maybe God sees him as so pitiful. I really gave him 3 points of thin noodles. It was raining heavily just now. It rains and clears up. This is definitely good news for the Creek. After taking off the heavy raincoat, the movement of Zhaozi's work has become a lot more efficient. Benefit from often camping alone. Therefore, for the construction of the tent that had accompanied him for a long time, all kinds of details are already clamp in hand. Very skilled. Remove the door curtain and curtain. In an instant, the inside of the tent is a lot more transparent. This way, even if you stay at home, you can also sneak around in the tent. Considering the distance between the car and the tent, and the equipment for camping has been smashed. So Xiaowo also showed everyone a wave of subjects. 2. In order to move into the new home as soon as possible, the stream began to move towards the inside of the tent. Daily necessities. Arrange a clean and hygienic carpet. First, not only beautiful, but also helps to keep warm. It's all details. A small play without worries. So don't be in a hurry. Carry the daily equipment into the tent. Just this pile of supplies in front of you. It must have taken a lot of fun. Sure enough, superpowers are hard everywhere. And as a veteran camping hobby, matching inflatable queen bed, it must be arranged. Fully automatic inflatable style. It only takes 3 minutes. The main thing is to save time and effort. I laid down and tried it, and I almost made a sound. That's the weather in the wild. The rain that had just stopped for a while began to fall again, but the task at this time is too daunting to be a solution. Even now in the wild. But the aesthetic side of Zhao is still online. The patterns of the sheets and blankets are rather small and fresh. Even a sense of ritual. Full footpads didn't fall. Subsequently, there is an unstable creek. Install the tables and chairs. I have to say that people pay attention to everywhere they go. Fancy gear, fancy gear. I don't know, I thought he put the supermarket, just moved over. After all this back and forth, camping preparations are also gradually taking place. There are always family members who say camping is a mosquito buffet. Zhao said that mountain people have their own urgency to urinate. They have superpowers. Is there still an electric mosquito coil missing? Arrange in minutes. Although an autumn rain and a cold, but setting up tents and furnishing indoors is really a lot of physical strength. Small play. He also hurriedly plugged in the fan to cool himself down. Then the creek is hung with nightlights. Out of the pursuit of a sense of atmosphere, different from ordinary people, the lantern-style light strip must be arranged. A few simple actions. Instantly let the tent camp. Upgrade to a cozy studio and living room. But there was always one thing that stuck with him. It turned out to be, except for some classic combinations, the most important thing in outdoor camping is the heating facilities. Installing a fireplace is definitely a smart choice. After all, with this guy you can not only dry indoors, it can also be used as a pan to heat cotton wool, with a glass of ice, American style, proper office white-collar laughter. It's not plentiful, but it's enough to fill the stomach. The brook enjoyed this pleasant life very much. And you can eat this food. A meal without a word. Coincidentally, a guest came outside the door. It turned out to be a dog raised by a ranger. Don't look at him as a little black dog, but there is a handsome man named Xiao. Xiao will look at him so obedient. It is also generous to bring a bowl of the source of life. A well-fed stream. I didn't choose to shop around. He took off his shoes and went into the tent. The best environment aroused his troubles. It's still early. He is also lying leisurely. And there are bursts of cicadas chirping in the ears. It feels more powerful than ever. Time quietly came to the evening. Lazy Creek wakes up lazily. Since I didn't eat much food at noon. So he decided to make dinner early. Immediately take out the various ingredients in the backpack. Homeopathically assembled cassette furnace. Then pour the source of life into the pot. Take advantage of the gap between boiling water. Wash the ups and downs on the noodles with water first. After the water boils, you can show his unskilled cooking appearance. Since only Zhao was alone. So dinner wasn't that complicated. A few simple fried dumplings. With secret hot sauce and vegetable salad. Don't look at every ingredient, it's mediocre. But I can't stand his bells and whistles. Don't eat much. A bowl of classic Korean noodles is made. Dream directly back to the roadside stall downstairs in your house. Turkey noodles are sold. As for whether it is delicious or not, we don't know, and we dare not ask. Anyway, what he ate was called incense. At the same time, it also reminds you in front of the screen, it's time for supper. The most boring thing about being in the wild is that there are too few recreational activities. The stream that is full of food and drink is too boring. So I had to have some fun. He put a curtain on the tent at the speed of light. Turn on the projector that you bought at a high cost. Find the decompression theater you just followed. Watch the latest episode of Wild Camping. And a bucket of popcorn for a snack. Away from the hustle and bustle of the city. It's a miserable life. Until drowsiness comes slowly. A dull and fulfilling day is coming to an end. The time soon came to the next day. The rain has long stopped. Instead, the sun shines brightly. The creek that slept in the tent all night. I can't wait to go out and get some air. Early autumn morning, this fresh and refined breath. It will definitely wake him up in an instant. A full day starts with breakfast. Such a habit. The stream has lasted for 10 years. Today's recipe is sizzling pan, with some cheese sticks and corn. Simple but also very nutritious. Look at that look of enjoyment on his face. Come to think of it, I am very satisfied with my craftsmanship. I have to say, camping in a landscape like this, I feel like I've never felt better. However, cattle and horses must have the consciousness of cattle and horses. Even in the quiet and cozy camping life, I still have to go to work as usual on Monday. The helpless stream had no choice but to start packing its bags. How exciting is it to enjoy? How bad it is to organize the equipment. Fortunately, 2.5 years of camping experience let him get used to this feeling of loss. Wait for shop. Transfer equipment and luggage to the trunk of the car. He launches his own mobile castle, heading to the next stop in camping life.